Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to another episode of Gratitude and Gains. Let's go ahead and check in the chat. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Rep your city, rep your hood, so I can give you a quick shout out. Super excited about today. We got a lot on the agenda. I got a packed full day I'm excited about. So let's go ahead and dive on in with our gratitude this morning, so we can anchor our day. So one of the first things I wrote down as I was going through my gratitude and goals this morning was I'm grateful for the gift of purpose, right? I'm grateful that I understand my purpose and that I am living in it every single day. So even though it's still a work in progress, even though I'm still growing and having to move and change and pivot and do all these different things, a lot of people are kind of lost, and they don't always know what their purpose is. And I know mine. So I'm excited about that. And I'm grateful for that. Another thing I wrote down that I'm grateful for is energy. I'm grateful for the energy and creativity to keep building something meaningful and something lasting. So I'm excited about that. And I'm grateful for that. I also wrote down that I'm grateful for opportunities today, for the opportunity specifically to grow in the studio. I'm headed to do a full day shoot at my studio. I'm going to record 4 episodes today, and I'm excited about that. And anytime I get to go to the studio and record a message that can serve my audience and really help them, it's exciting for me. I've been doing it, since I was, since 2018. Recorded probably, I don't know, somewhere close to 600 episodes at this point. And it never gets old, really. It's always challenging to come up with new content, to come up with new ideas, new strategies, new concepts, new information, and new ways to deliver it. Sometimes it's about delivering an old message in a new way, right? So I'm excited for that, and I'm grateful for that. I'm also grateful that even when I have a checklist that feels long, like right now, I've got a list of to-do items that seems like it's never ending. I don't know if anybody here can relate to that, but my list feels like it's never ending. But I'm grateful for the strength that keeps me showing up every single day, right? I'm not a quitter. I don't quit, and I'm grateful for that. I've got the discipline to just keep going. Like, you guys should see me when I'm fishing. Like, I don't give up. Like, I'll be out there for hours and hours and hours and hours on end because I have patience, and I just keep going, try new things, try new lures, try this, try that, until I get something going, And I'm grateful for that in the business world and just in life in general, that I have that, discipline to just keep going and the strength to keep showing up, even when I got a list of things that just seems to keep growing and growing. So those are just a few things that I wrote down this morning that I'm grateful for. I'd love for you to share with me in the chat what's something you are grateful for this morning, right? It's so important that we pause to give thanks. And when you do this, you realize that your plate isn't full of problems. It's full of purpose. You've got all these things to be grateful for. You're blessed, right? If you really stop to recognize it. And so often today, as humans, we just kind of like gravitate towards the negativity. Like, that's where our brains are wired to look at negativity. I was talking to somebody just the other day about how if I told somebody, hey, I've got an opportunity where I can help you make $1 million. Or if I said, hey, I've got an opportunity where I can help make sure you don't lose $1 million. more people will gravitate towards not losing than making. So they'll gravitate towards the negative versus the positive, right? It's just human nature. So when we give thanks, we're actually taking an initiative to look at the positives and be grateful and thankful for the positives. And it's so important if you want to start your day off right. I'm telling you, it is so important. So as we come on in the room, go ahead. If this is your first time here, I'd love for you to check in with me. Just put a 1 in the chat if this is your first time here. Also let me know where you're tuning in from. Where are you tuning in from? Rep your city, rep your hood, and let's rock, let's roll, let's go. All right, so those were just a few things I wrote down this morning that I'm grateful for. I'd love to hear something that you're grateful for in the chat. But my message for today, as we dive in this morning, really kind of hit me hard. I was reading in the Word and it said, "Worship me in the beauty of holiness. I am clearing out debris and clutter, making room for my spirit to take full possession." And I read that in my daily devotional. And, you know, whether you read that as faith or focus, the principle is the same, right? Whether you let go of clutter or you create capacity, when you let go of clutter, you create capacity for greatness, right? When you get rid of things, you make room for more. And, you know, sometimes the clutter, it's not just physical, right? We're not talking about just physical things around you that you need to clean off your desk, you know. I actually had somebody came to my office the other day and they were like super impressed about how organized and how clean, and there just wasn't papers everywhere. And I said, yeah, I can't live in that. I can't live with all this clutter. Like in my home, I can't do it. In my office, I can't do it. See, when I grew up, I had a cluttered, very cluttered house. Love my mom to death, but she's a pack rat. And we had all this junk, just stuff. And you couldn't barely move through all the clutter. I mean, there was trash, there was just junk. Right? I remember when we would move from home to home, I moved a lot as a kid. I would take that as an opportunity to just throw stuff away. There was just so much trash and clutter and just chaos, right? But when I'm talking about this message today, I'm not just talking about physical clutter. I'm not just talking about that. It's also about the mental noise, right? We got a lot of stuff going on up here. What about your phone? What about that clutter, right? This is something I need help with. I'm preaching to myself on this one. This thing captures more of my time and attention than anything else, and I have to be super careful about it. If you look at your screen time, how much time you're spending in certain apps, it's crazy. So what about that clutter, you know? What about the clutter of worry or overthinking about how you're going to get everything done, right? That's all clutter. And if you're like me right now, I'm juggling 10 different projects, right? I got things going on all over the place. That clutter can start to build up, right? You know, in my business life right now, it's kind of like when I go back and think about my mom's house growing up. There was stuff everywhere. Just a mess. That's kind of like what is going on right now for me in my business life. I got all kinds of stuff going on. 10 different projects. But it's okay. I'm building, right? So today, the focus is on clarity and completion, not chaos, okay? What I want to do is start completing some of these things, focus on getting them done so I can get it off my plate and not necessarily put more on it. I just want to get things off to make room for more, right? Finishing what we start and moving one step closer until it's done. All right, one step closer until it's done. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Go ahead and check in with me in the chat. If this is your first time to Gratitude and Gains, just put a 1. If you've been here before, I'd love to know what's one thing you're grateful for this morning. It is Thursday. It's another beautiful day. And today's message is about clearing out all the noise, getting clear, clearing out the debris and the clutter, and making room for the Spirit to take full possession, and making room for impact and purpose. All right. So today I'm headed to the studio. I got a full day of recording, filming, producing, creating. That's what's on my plate today. All right. I've got an entire day of that. And if I'm being honest, it's easy to feel the weight of so much that's still unfinished, because even after you record, it's got to be polished up, it's got to be edited up, it's got to get all these different elements. You got to have your show notes and your thumbnails and your distribution and all of that. Now, I have a team that helps me in handling all that stuff, right? So I don't have to do it on my own, but it's still a process, right? It's a process every time. But instead of letting all of that pressure of what's next take over, right now I'm just, I'm asking for strength, capacity, and flow. I want to go into that studio and just absolutely deliver a message that can really make an impact and help people, right? That's all that really matters to me. The rest is just noise, right? The rest is just, again, clutter. So the lesson here really, guys, is simple. Progress, it's not about pace, it's about presence. It's about one step at a time, one move at a time, one day at a time, right? You can't create beauty in your work if you're buried under clutter. This is a message for myself. Like, I got to really take this in, because, when you got so much going on, nothing's really getting the full attention it deserves. You know what I mean? It's like jack of all trades, master of none, if you've ever heard of that, right? If I'm juggling 10 things, nothing's getting 100%. This is getting 10%. This is getting 20%. This is getting 5%. Like, it's not, you know what I mean? So focus. It's not about pace, it's about presence, focus. And you can't lead others well if you're running on fumes, okay? That's the other thing. Like, I can't be the leader I want to be if I've got all these things going on. I've got to be able to clear out some of this noise and distraction and just focus so I can lead better. Like yesterday, I had my Coach's Corner Mastermind where I teach the job seeker community strategies on how to get back to work, right? And as I was doing that, I was low on energy. I'm going to tell you, I was not on it. I was not in flow. And I can tell the difference. Like, it just doesn't land the same. It just doesn't land the same. So you can't lead others when you're running from fumes. I was tired, physically tired. Good thing I got some good rest last night. I got great rest, and I'm back on it today. So today, slow your mind, focus your energy, and just finish one meaningful thing at a time, okay? One meaningful thing at a time. Greatness doesn't come from doing everything. That's not where greatness comes from. It comes from doing the right things, right? The important things with excellence and intention, right? So I'm actually right now, I'm in the process of hiring an executive assistant so I can offload a lot of the tasks that are not things that I should be doing. Let's just be transparent with you, like just things that I should not be doing, so that I can focus on the things that really require my attention, that I can go at it with excellence and intention. You know what I mean? So I'm in the process of doing that as well. Super important. I have one. I had one in the past, and she was amazing. She still works for me, just in a different capacity. She went to more of a part-time role and working virtual and doing more behind the scenes, virtual assistant type of work. So she kind of took a step back, which is totally fine. You know, it was a season of her life where she needed to take a step backwards, you know. So that put me in the place of having to do a lot of those things again. And so now I'm in a place where I'm recognizing the importance of, refilling that spot. So I'm excited about that. That's another thing I'm grateful for, is the opportunity to get to meet someone new, build someone new, and teach them, how to give me more space. I'm excited about that. So today I want you to ask yourself one thing. Ask yourself this: what's one unfinished project that would bring you peace if you completed it today? Like, if you got it done today, checked off the list, what's one thing that would give you some peace? And whatever that is, I want you to block off some time, guard it, and just finish strong. Just get it done. All right? Because completion creates momentum. Okay? When you get things done, you're like, got it done, right? That builds momentum. Momentum builds confidence. So remember this: peace and power don't come from perfect conditions. They come from showing up with faith, focus, and gratitude right where you are right now. All right, so let's make a focus to clear out the clutter, trust the process, and just give today our best. All right, I want you to show up, gratitude up, grains up, and let's finish strong. Let's rock, let's roll, let's go. It's all about who you know. Guys, have an amazing, blessed day. And I will see y'all tomorrow on another episode of Gratitude and Gains. Let's rock, let's roll, let's go. It's all about who you know. Bye.